What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You know something? I've realized that a lot of men are going to fall into this trap because of how the dating market is. Let's just be honest here. Most men would rather pay for it just so that way they don't go through the heartbreak, the disappointment, and the rejection of being a man who showed up, who showed care, and was nice uh, throughout the interaction with this woman or with multiple women. So, because of what they went through, they would rather pay for it, all because of they don't want to go through that discomfort that will eventually pay off and build their character development of who they are as a man. Now, don't get me wrong though. I like to play devil's advocate. When you pay for it, you have to understand that these women don't like you. And the reason why they don't like you is because they're there to perform. They're there to make you feel good as a man. They're there to prey on your instincts so you can keep coming back and make you feel good as a man. And that's not what you want as a man. It makes you feel empty at the end of the day. It makes you feel like very useless, even if you get what you want out of the whole interaction with this worker. And you need to understand as a man, right? Whether you want to keep going through with it, or you want to, you know, just go through the hoops of dating regular women. You have to understand that there's a lot far deeper risk when it comes to paying for a worker compared to just, going inside the dating market. And yes, I know, I understand the dating market is what I call a swimming pool filled with piss. And let's just hope you don't get any of that piss in your mouth. Excuse my language. And I don't think that's true at all. I think it's the demographic of who you are as an individual. A wise man once told me that you are what you attract. And if you come across as a male who, is good looking, has good habits, and, cleans himself, looks approachable, you're going to intimidate women because of the fact that they might not think, you're on their level. When women assume you're not on their level, they usually like to play games with you, right? And the way how they do it is they'll be weird about it. Like they won't reject you, but they'll keep staring at you and they'll make you chase them for quick validation to feel good as a woman without, actually telling you the whole truth. Like, oh, yeah, I find you physically attractive, but I just can't let you, come into my life or get into my head because I know what type of value you bring as a male. And the reason why I know this is because I used to think that I was an unattractive male until I realized that most women that I found attractive, they weren't, I guess they were basically canceling themselves out of my direction and telling me that I could do better. And I don't like to think like that because it's kind of like, nobody likes an arrogant male. I mean, nobody likes an arrogant person. But unfortunately, the dating market in self improvement has made me become kind of self centered to the point where I have to literally, like, you know, tone myself down sometimes or make myself more humble so I can even just get a friendly interaction with most, women my age. I'm 27. And the story, the example I use, she was 26 years old and she's only like a 1 year 1 year off from my age, and somehow some way I guess she just didn't think I was her type. But I see her, chasing men who are not, my type of caliber, and they're married, they're fat, they're disgusting. Like, but I mean, I guess that's her type because, your partner is a reflection of who you are as an individual, whether you like it or not. And I do understand that, I do come across as boyfriend material in this dating market. And most women don't want a boyfriend, nor do they want to be in a committed relationship. but they see those type of standards within me when they see me approaching them or talking to them. And that's something that I have to overcome and adapt to. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say depressing, but it's kind of like, well, shoot, I guess I'm just gonna take my rejection, smile in their faces, and move on with life. But overall, I think that dating women, regular women, will pay off way more better because it's a more honest approach, and you're not gonna get scammed out of all your hard-earned money that you've been working hard for. Just to be using a paper bag all day long for what, 5-10 minutes of of using a paper bag, if you get what I'm saying. Hot dog down the hallway. And that's the truth. Whether she looks like a model or not, or you're overseas doing it, you're literally using a public restroom, if the best way to put it. And it's kind of cringe how there are these cynical men who go on the internet and tell other men, hey, why should you pay for a date, and then try to read her interaction or try to read text, or all this other, like, crying and complaining. And then, but when you look at them, right, they're like fat, they're old, uh their wife left them, and then they blamed it on money because they didn't make enough money, or they blamed it on because, oh, their woman just got bored of them. You need to understand that most men are using money as a foundation to keep a relationship. And it's even worse, across overseas, when they try to do the same thing when it comes to a woman who lived in poverty. They don't understand that once that money evaporates, it's the relationship is over. Like, what is there a reason for you to even be there in the first place? Oh yeah, it's just to feel your lustful thoughts, to feel your male instincts as a, I'm here, I'm the hero. Oh, I have purpose now. Like all this other, emotional stuff that they feed themselves, just so that way they can keep coping with the whole situation. Real women will value you as a male. They will give you your time and day. They will not play these manipulative games to mirror you, even though weak men fall for the mirroring tactics when it comes to interactions with women. I'll break down that in another video of how women use mirroring against your emotions and your male instincts. But overall, you have to understand that real women will value you as a high value male. They will make the time. They will give you their independent thoughts and emotions just for you, if you know how to understand and read the social cues. Yes, most of these high value women have careers, they have their own money, and they know how to manage their own money. But they want to be with you. They don't need you. I don't know what it is with, men wanting, I think it's just men wanting more control in a relationship when they know the woman needs them for something. And like I said, that's not healthy long term. That's why there's so many divorces. Yes, I understand that most women start the divorce compared to most men, but you have to look at both sides of the coin now, because everybody wants to pick on women because of their emotions and all this other stuff. But the way how I put it is, I don't pick on people who are powerless, and that's nothing against women. It's just that as a man, you really do have to lead the whole relationship. And if you choose to lead a relationship with your wallet, well, don't blame the woman for leaving you because she found somebody with a better wallet, or you were just boring the whole time and using money to cope with the whole situation. So, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.